All right, we'll get started. We're just going to do some administrative stuff first. I'd like to welcome Barry Engel back to the committee. Thank you very much. We're excited to have you back, so that's great.
Thank you.
And congratulations to you for signing up for another year, for years.
Thank you. So I'm going to call the meeting to order. I think we have two sets of minutes to approve. One is the May 19th and the other are the April 4th minutes that were circulated. I don't know if there are any corrections or changes that people want to make. Okay,
Nope.
Can we have a motion to approve both of them?
I move that we approve both sets of minutes.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, great. All those in favor? Aye. Okay, great, thank you. The next section of the meeting is public comment for anything that's not on the agenda. I don't know if there's anyone here or virtually, so Pat, you want to stand up and identify yourself and then?
Hi, my name is Pat Sousa. I live on 19 Crescent Avenue. I just wanted to we're in the height of the season here at the beach, and with that comes an increase in the population, the increase in vehicles, increase in bike riding for everybody that enjoys the beach here at Goose Rocks Beach. So what I wanted to bring to a light tonight was a safety concern that I and many others have here at the beach, and it's about vehicle speed. I'm aware that we have those solar signs that we have on Dyke Road, which is up and running, which I love them, because as soon as I see that, I put my foot on the brake. It slows me down. And I see we have one on Kings Highway in the West End now, which is great. And then occasionally, it gets switched over to Dykes Road. And I believe those signs do a great job. It's been proven that they can and will slow people down. So what I'd like to do tonight is I'd like to propose that maybe the town could get 2 of those solar lights to put on Dyke Road on the east side, like at Bellywood, and one closer to New Biddeford Road.
Do you want them on Kings Highway or on Dyke Road? I'm confused.
Kings Highway.
Okay.
So what I'd like to is slow the traffic down by where the public beach is. You know, once you come down Dyke Road, you take a left. That's where we see a lot of the speed. And probably it's due to people who don't live here and don't know to really slow down. And it's really 20, the speed is 20 there. And most people drive around the town or whatever at 35. So I think it's a natural thing sometimes that if you see it, it makes you slow down. It makes me slow down.
Yep.
I don't know about anybody else. So I was hoping that maybe we could think about putting 2 signs. One at the beginning of Kings Highway, like at Bellywood and Kings Highway at the
Okay.
beginning.
Yep.
And one closer to New Biddeford Road.
Okay.
So we'd have it at both ends. And that they could stay there just for the season. And then we could take them down for the season. But, because the other ones rotate, so we don't get it enough. But I would like to make the proposal, and hopefully that you can take that into consideration.
Perfect. No, I think that's great. Thanks a lot, Pat. So, Chaz, are you here?
Oh, hold on. I see it now.
So I think Chaz and Barry are going to work on safety stuff. So is that something
I
maybe
just
you could-
had a brief comment, and it's, they're fantastic, the signs. I couldn't agree with you more. They slow you down. I mean, it works. I slow down when I'm coming down. I'm just a little concerned if we put 2 of them up, because sometimes if you have too many in a row, you start to ignore it. So I'm just, you know, what I'm suggesting is we'll speak to the police chief, see what makes sense. But I definitely agree we should, at the minimum, put 1 of them
Yeah,
in
but,
there.
well, I'm afraid that the people coming in New Biddeford won't see it.
But yeah, and maybe, I mean, I think what we'll do is let's work with the police chief and see what makes sense.
Okay.
If he wants to, I mean, by all means, it's fine, it doesn't hurt. But I wouldn't want to overdo it and then get
No.
into a point where they're not effective.
Yeah. No,
So,
I agree. I just thought 1 at the beginning and 1 at the end,
yeah,
because the traffic comes in the other way too. So, but thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thanks a lot, Pat. Any other comments from things that aren't on the agenda at this point? Here, we don't have any. Are there any virtually?
I know, but Chad, he's there now.
Okay.
Yeah, Pam, I'm sorry to come in a little bit late, but I've talked to the chief about that, and there's a cost issue too that we need to make works in his budget, but maybe we can allocate some beach advisory money.
Yeah, that seems like it might be a good thing to consider. Okay, thank you. Okay, so the next thing we have is, given that we have our group going forward for the next 12 months, is the election of officers, and I think Carol
Yes.
had a,
I would like to nominate for chairperson Pam Zukansky, for vice chair Kate Bauerberg, for secretary Holly Mudd.
okay, is there a motion to approve?
Can't put up myself.
I second that motion.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, great, thank you. The next up are just the working group reports. I think communications is the first one, Holly, so I don't know what kind of an update you have to share with us, but floor is yours.
Just, I wanted to share that the next meetings are at Goose Rock's Beach, so it's July 21st and August 18th, and I think we're really trying to get as many community members to join, and, I think, again, it really brings the community together, so put a flyer out at the Goose Rock's Beach Association. We'll probably keep putting that in the newsletter just to let folks know. The only other thing, Chaz and I are working on continuing to communicate that beachfront owners put their house numbers on the beach side or even on their stairs. So we both have actually talked to Jay, the fire chief, and we're gonna be working over the next couple of weeks to put a flyer together that we'll draft and have everybody take a look at, and then put those in, take them door to door to folks who live on the beachfront to try and really, it's been a long term. I think there was an effort a year or so ago, so I think we'll try and be more aggressive this time to get folks to engage.
Okay, no, that's great. Thanks for updating all the signs at the general store too, they look great. So
Great, thanks.
thanks a lot. Any questions on communications? Okay, next is public safety. Chaz,
Yeah, no, I don't have a lot to add. Don't have any update on the issues I talked about the last meeting, but Holly and I both have talked with Jay Everett, and I think if we can get something out, we can test whether anybody will do anything. It's he feels very strongly about it, so I think we want to make sure we're doing what we can to help increase things. He says, 10 minutes makes a huge difference in finding where the problem is on the beach. So I think, and I don't know that we don't need to approve anything. I think we're just going to do it unless there's an objection on anybody's part.
yeah, no, it sounds like a great thing. I keep it moving. It's really something that needs to happen, so thank you for your help on that.
Yep.
On natural resources, I think we have two reports, one from Carol on the plovers and one from Bill in general, so you can pick who goes first.
Go ahead.
Well, I don't have very good information this time. It's a little old, but as of the 13th of June, Maine Audubon said we had 176 pairs of plovers in the state of Maine and had 96 chicks. And I just got an email from the girl that walks Goose Rock's Beach, and she said, we have 19 chicks.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, and she said several have re-nested and we have more to go. And they're all over. In the middle, on the east end, on the west end, there are chicks everywhere, so.
So why did they re-nest?
Well, at the west end, they're predated.
Okay.
We lost 7, and then due to skunk,
Yeah.
fox, cats,
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. I just wasn't sure.
we're close to more of the wildlife at the west end.
Yep.
And that's how we lost 7 nests. And so the plovers will re-nest again.
Okay.
Most of them will, so.
Oh, good. That's great. No, thank you for that update.
I haven't seen.
Some of the chicks are big already.
Yes, they are, and we should have fledglings on some beaches by now. I haven't seen any least terns, have you?
No.
No, they're on other beaches. There were 200 recorded least tern nests on other beaches, but I haven't seen any at Goose Rock.
Oh, okay.
You usually hear them too.
Yep, exactly. That's all I have.
Okay, thanks, Carol.
You're welcome.
I don't have much either. The water testing actually started on May 28th this year, so they got going early. You go to the town website, go to the health department, public health department, and on their homepage is a water quality test site. You can just click on that, and it brings brings all the tests so far. And they've been fine in the main part of the beach, and the rivers have been elevated after rains, which is normal. There's a ongoing warning not to swim in the rivers. And people like to jump off the bankings at high tide, and I just encourage people to go while the tide's coming in, not going out. That's my advice, if you have to swim in the river.
Okay.
Because people do anyways, so.
Yeah,
But
they
the
always
water has been, I think the last test was 10 parts per, whatever it is, 100 million or whatever, and it's, well, it's 105, I think, or 110 parts is what it gives you a warning, a
Okay.
red flag, above that, and we're
So-
only at 10.
Yeah, okay.
So we're pretty clean, I would say,
That's
right now,
great.
so.
Good news.
And the other thing is, the beach profiling is an ongoing project that's actually done year-round by the volunteers that do that. So I imagine now that they've been doing it for so long, we're actually getting some good data. So, and John is, I don't know if he wants to say anything about what their project, because we talked about it last time, but they'll be doing it again in the fall. Yep, so
Great.
that's counting the beach, the
Yeah.
new grass.
It seems
So.
like a lot of it's doing well though, so if we're making progress, which is good.
I walked today, I'm gonna have to, there are some broken stakes that I'm gonna replace, I'm gonna have to get more stakes, because I don't have any more, but I haven't spent,
Anywhere near,
ni-
okay, good.
no, not even close. I think the signs, when you have those little signs printed up, those probably cost more than, the stakes are like $1.25 a piece.
Yeah,
So we didn't spend, I think I got 125 stakes
Yeah,
so far,
okay.
so, and that's, that's all I have. I mean, it's great. I've actually moved stakes out because the beach grass is creeping out.
yep,
Whereas I think John pointed out, it's probably the old root, from the old grass roots coming up
Yep.
through,
yeah, no, that's good.
which is great. So, and a couple of the places, it's right by the by the ties right away and by Edgewood.
Yep,
So those are probably the two most used rights of ways besides, Dyke Road and New Bedford Road at the whole beach, so.
that's great,
So the grass is doing okay,
good.
which is good news.
Yeah, we had a good winter, so that's great. Good,
Pam,
okay.
Pam,
Yes.
just one quick thing that came to mind, to probably reiterate this for people. Kind of thought of it when I thought of all those little plover chicks running around. First of all, dogs on the beach can, as of yesterday, cannot be on the beach from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. They can enjoy it before and after, and at all times, they have to be on leash. Please, for those little plover chicks. So,
Thanks for.
just a reminder.
Yep, okay, great. The next couple things on the agenda, we have old business. The first one is commercial activity on the beach, and I talked to John Dykstra, who couldn't be here tonight, and I don't think there's much to report on that front. So, the next one is the trash transition. I don't know, Kate or Fred, if you want to talk about that.
Well, we have now the new trash barrels at the beach entrances, the 64-gallon ones, 2 of them this year. So in effect, we have more, at probably the maximum capacity we could possibly have there. And from the standpoint personally, residentially, it seems to be going well as far as I can see. And I personally actually like it better than hauling all those little individual, recycling bins out there. Fred was wonderfully taking over the project for the stickers.
Yeah, the stickers are finally in.
Oh, good.
They're all screwed up, but they're in.
Okay. Do you need help
But
straightening
they're
them
screwed
out?
up in a good way,
Oh,
okay? But I can explain later, but I'll tell you, it's kind of a funny story. Okay, so same company we used last year, and because the barrels are different this year and had writing on the things, we had to redesign the stickers. And then they
Oh,
changed the barrels and went to the 65s or whatever. So anyway, what happened was I had asked for the circular ones again that would go on the top. And then where we had more space on the side, I asked for the sides to be bigger. And they came up with a 14-inch by 4.5, I think it was going to be. Well, before I got the stickers, I got a bill. And the bill for just the side stickers was almost $800.
ouch.
And I was like, yeah, my reaction exactly, maybe a few choice words on top of that. So anyway, I talked to them today and got it sorted out. And fortunately, when the stickers, I got the bill like Saturday, the stickers arrived today or over the weekend. And when I opened them up, they did not give us the bigger side pieces. They gave us the same sizes they were last year,
Okay.
and that cost us a couple $100. Although because of more barrels, we did more, so it's
Yeah.
not gonna be the 700 and some odd dollars. The circular ones were less than 200. So anyway, it'll be significantly less, but it was kind of a screwed up situation that actually worked out okay in the end.
Oh, that's
Well,
good. Do you need help putting them on?
help
or
putting them
anything?
on? Yeah.
What's the plan there?
Yeah, it's really hard when you have to lick those stickers.
Oh, yeah, no.
No, I can do it tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, wait, okay, go ahead, Pat.
That again, just on the barrels, because they're getting picked up every night, some people are being nice and trying to pull them up, but they can't be up in the sand. They gotta be down in the street
Yeah.
and 3 feet apart. So just, I don't know if we can get that out to the public. I think people are just, think they're doing the right thing by moving them back, but
Yeah,
we need them down. And
Okay.
facing the right way.
yep. We're all learning.
Yes.
Yes, okay, all right, thank you. And then the next thing is parking. Pat, you've been sort of talking and working on that, and
Okay.
you can give us an update here.
Yeah, so I'm on a subcommittee with actually Kate and Pam and Wendy and John. So we've been working on the parking, and we're in progress. It's very a complex, multifaceted project to be working on. But we can talk about a couple things tonight, so that's what I'm here to talk about, what we can finalize. And one of the things that I wanted to say, that we need to have a big shout out to the town. They did all the repainting of the crosswalks and also the parking spots with the white paint,
Oh,
which
good.
was great. And they also, I don't know if anybody noticed, parking beyond the bridge by heading towards King's Grant, there's some parking there.
Oh, okay.
They actually redid that whole area. It really looks good, because now you can fit 7 cars down there.
Off
So
the
you go
road.
off the road.
Because they were parking half in the road, half in the
Yeah.
marsh.
So they,
And
yeah, I went down, they did a
Great.
nice, they
Yeah,
did
they
a
did a
nice
great
job
job,
down there.
yeah.
They did a great job, so
Oh, that's great.
thank you to the town for that. Another thing we identified about the painting, we did identify a couple spots that do need to be painted, and one of them is from New Bedford before the bridge to Kings Road, Kings Grant. There's a little bit of parking there, and what they do to mark it is just a white line along the curb, and they didn't redo that. So you can't even barely see it, because that house had a lot of construction last year, so that needs to be painted. And then they didn't do New Bedford Road, so the white on New Bedford for where the parking should be, because it helps people to understand where to park.
Okay, that's fine, we can ask them.
And then, there was one other thing, there are, along where the beaches, the public part of the beach, all the spaces are individually divided, but then as you go to both ends, then all of a sudden there's multi-group ones, like a group like 4, but you don't know, is it 4, is it 3, is it 2? I'd like to make a suggestion, or we would want to make a suggestion that they should be individually divided up, so people know, how to get your cards in. Because some people are good at parking, some people would park in the middle, so that's all I had. Thank you.
Okay, super, thanks a lot, Pat.
Do we need to do anything in terms of,
I'll just follow up with Lori on the
Will you?
18th kind
Okay.
of thing and just ask her.
Especially-
Maybe they just haven't finished too, that maybe it's early. Yeah.
yeah, no, I think, I agree with you, a good idea to try and delineate where a parking space is, rather than just, whew, this area, anybody can park in, and however many. I think it will help to have that specifically, hey, and if you're driving something that can't fit in there, please don't.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly, so, okay. That's good. Any other questions on parking or?
I just had one, I saw the highway crew, Matt Philbrick anyways, and someone else, they were looking at the area on, just towards Route 9 from the bridge on Dyke Road. That's an area of concern for people, because there's a few parking spots there. And part of the problem is if you're gonna have people park off the pavement, they're half in the marsh.
Yeah.
So hopefully they might look at doing something like they did on Kings Highway just beyond the bridge. Because even though that's on the edge of the marsh, they put in a rock barrier and they put in a sedimentation filter, and then before they filled it. So if they could, people will probably be up in arms, and the DEP will probably be up in arms. But I mean, they obviously had to get some sort of a permit for that, to
Yep.
do that, because that was fill, kind of in a wetland. So,
Yep.
it was it's for the public safety, so that's the other, hopefully that's the other angle to take with this stuff,
Yep.
so.
No, we can certainly add that to the list as we look at the spots, but thank you. Are there any other comments from,
Nope, I don't have any hands raised.
okay, I think I'm ready to entertain a motion to adjourn. It's gonna be a short meeting.
Very short, but if, on the 2 summer meetings,
Oh, the 2 summer meetings, I think Holly mentioned July 21st and August 18th are the 2 meetings at the Goose Rocks Fire Station. And we are thinking about having a speaker at one and having one be more social, but more to come on which date's gonna be which.
right, and if anybody has any suggestions on speakers or somebody they'd like to hear or a topic, let us know, and we'll try and make that happen in
Yep.
some way, shape, or form. Or if anybody has any ideas on how to do a social gathering,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
yeah, refreshments. I know,
exactly.
yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Sort of like the summer solstice party that we haven't been having for a number of years, but that would be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Okay, super. Well, thank you for everyone for coming. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Good.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
And I,
I think this
Great.
Very
might be a
Thank you
new
very
world
much.
record.
There you go, Judy. Well done.